for the Braves and the Mets right now. I'm seeing the Mets in the minus 120, minus 125 range. Total 8, juice to the over. And look, Atlanta's 45-23. They have the best record in baseball. They're number 2 full season in profitability, a pretty big betting bandwagon. They have the best record in all of baseball off a loss, like the one they suffered to close out their series in Chicago. Well, yesterday's game got rained out. Atlanta, off back-to-back losses, they haven't been swept in a series all season. So it's not hard to make a case for the Braves as being a bounce-back opportunity tonight in New York and Citi Field against the Mets. But that being said, in my opinion, the time in the betting marketplace, the time for bargains for Atlanta has come and gone, all right? When we project forward, this is a team that's won at a 662 winning percentage so far this season. They're not going to win at a 662 winning percentage moving forward, all right? It's not like the Braves are going to go all season without losing 3 games in a row. And when you look at their schedule closely, you really see the Braves have been feasting on either a mix of bad teams or decent teams who are going through bad stretches. So they've been feasting on the weak and the slumping for extended stretches this season. I think there's at least some money to be made betting against the Braves moving forward. And on a meta handicapping picture, I'm not looking for spots to support Atlanta right now. And we look at Spencer Strider. Strider, this guy's an ace. He's a monster. Well, he's allowed at least 3 earned runs in each of his last 4 starts. He's not eating up innings. He's not pitching like an ace. Last time out, only 3 strikeouts, only 3 ground ball outs. Those are concerning numbers for me. He was against Pittsburgh last time out. And meanwhile, here's this Mets team. I mean, obviously, it's not like the Mets struggles have been hidden. It's not like people have forgotten that the Mets are, have been a sub 500 team all year and the biggest disappointment in all of baseball. That said, Mets low point, 22-33. Since that time, they're 8-5 their last 13. Not a huge winning streak. Not like the Phillies that boom, turn it and boom, and all of a sudden you see a whole different team. But they're quietly playing 600 baseball over the last 2 weeks. There may be some money to be made. I think right now, we're talking about June and between now and the All-Star break. In this bettor's opinion, there's more money to be made backing the Mets than the Braves right now. I'd lay it with New York if I got involved with this one.
I like it, and not only use it in this game, some tips on maybe how to bet these teams moving forward. Great stuff there, Teddy. I'm going to make myself wait and the listeners wait for your thoughts here on this Phillies and Brewers series, and of course the game here tonight. Fortunately for Phillies fans, Painter will be pitching tonight. But before that, Teddy, let us know what you got rocking. You mentioned you got that NBA play, but that's not all. People, we have some great deals going. You can get 6 days of access for the price of 3, things like that. You don't have to remember the codes. They're all over at Teddy's page, wt.buzz/TC. Teddy, what other than the NBA play are we rocking with?
Yeah, so, the NBA finals have been very good. I talked about a 67% over the last 5 years. 5 straight winning finals, 3-1 so far this season. MLB's been rock solid, 62-47 plus 37.5 units since 2025, dating back to last year. The baseball has been solid. And obviously, you talk about the great deals. What about that summer MLB special? It's like $3 a day, a little bit more than $3 a day. And that expires tonight. Oh, sorry, not that expires, but expires in 10 days. That said, it's something you want to check out right now. If you're interested in MLB, $3 a day, and obviously buy 3 days, get 3 free. We've got the early football packages up. I'm doing football every day right now. Again, you work in June, and you're ready for August and September. That's been my MO for years. I can't wait for football season to get here. Early bird package available right now. Again, wt.buzz/TC.
Yeah, football season going to be here before we know it. Can't believe it, Teddy. And we will be talking opening line report with Teddy as well. So I can't wait for that, but I'm not wishing time away. Let's enjoy the summer at least a little bit here, Teddy. And let's talk this Phillies and Brewers game. Phillies coming off of a day of rest. They had to travel after the series win against Toronto. Now they're traveling to take on the top team in the NL Central. How do you see this one shaking out?
Sure. Look at this line. We're not used to seeing Philadelphia in this range. Right now, looking at the Odds Logic live odds screen, the Brewers as high as minus 245. I'm seeing minus 250s out there. DK and FanDuel at 250. You shop around, you find 240. But I mean, it's total 7.5, a little bit of juice to the over. And Philadelphia, you haven't seen the Phillies as 2-1 dogs in quite some time. I don't know if we've seen them at all season as 2-1 dogs, which is telling us something about the starting pitching matchup tonight. And before I talk about the starting pitching matchup, I got to talk about the Brewers. This is a small market team. They're not a superstar-laden team. And yet, we look at the teams that consistently have held value in MLB. Brewers have been a playoff team 7 times the last 8 years. They've never once been lined at a 90-win team during that span. They're in first place right now in the best division in baseball this season. They started 13-13. They're 28-12 since, making their backers a fortune. This team just lost back-to-back games in Vegas against the Athletics. That was after the wildest 15-14 game you'll ever see on Monday. So they had a day off, a return home. They're rested. They're hungry. They haven't lost 3 straight since April. They're 4-0 off their last 4 back-to-back losses. They're 8-4 the last 12 off a loss. Certainly Milwaukee in a good situation this evening. Philadelphia, they were 9-19 when Rob Thompson got fired and Don Mattingly got hired. And they, too, just like the Brewers, 28-12 in the last 40 ball games. Philadelphia has played good. Now, some of that for the Phillies, I talked about a little bit earlier where Atlanta's been feasting on the weeks and facing a lot of teams that were struggling. It looks like the Phillies have done a lot of that too. They've gotten the right teams at the right times. That being said, they've been pretty good under Don Mattingly at 28-12. They made their backers a fortune. But from a starting pitching mismatch, from a party pitching standpoint, this game feels like a mismatch. And that's why we're seeing the price where it is. Andrew Painter has been lit up. The surging Phillies, they played great baseball, right? 28-12, the last 40. They're 1-9 in Painter's last 10 starts. So during this 28-12 stretch, the Phillies have 12 losses in 40 games. 6 of them came with Painter on the hill. He is their bet against hurler. He is their throwaway game. Meanwhile, if you haven't been living under a rock, you've been paying attention to what Jacob Mrazowski's been doing in recent weeks. What do you have? 41 pitches over 100 miles an hour and threw a 103.7 last time out. And it's not just the speed and the velocity for Mrazowski. He has allowed a grand total of 1 earned run in his last 7 starts combined, a 0.20 ERA. The Brewers are 6-1 in those games. Mrazowski's got 65 Ks in 45 innings of pitch. He's thrown at least 8 strikeouts in every one of those games. Those are all-star starter type of numbers. Now, one of his worst starts last year when he was a rookie came against Philadelphia. Current Phillies are hitting 400 against him. But realistically, this is 1 bet on pitcher, 1 bet against pitcher, 2 hot teams. I haven't done much with run lines this year, but this sure feels like a run line type of spot for Milwaukee. Rather than laying 250, lay a run and a half. You only have to lay basically near a pick 'em price.